Ironically enough, someone told me today that if you're going to be a philosopher, you have to go full-blown mystic if you're going to seriously fulfill that prophecy. Well, I spoke to a mystical merchant, and here I am, wearing a robe that really belongs in some kind of theatrical display. Why? Why would I go about doing this? Well, I recognize the imperative to fulfill that role, not as merely a walk a day, run-of-the-mill, dime a dozen philosopher, but as a true mystic. I teach the spiritual arts. As I teach them to myself, I teach others. Very few who practice purification actually fast enough that it makes an impact. Very few are willing to go through the extremes. And because of that, they're not worth your time. They haven't suffered the actual pain of physical, mental, and spiritual suffering that is really required in order to attain a level of understanding and depth. Many of them will say that they have, but show absolutely not in their avatar that amount of effort or challenge upon themselves. Very few will put in the investment upon that avatar which they possess to be able to make themselves look the part, as I have. And as I look at myself in this screen, I see that I am indeed getting to that point. I only have a few more items to acquire in order to fully embody this role. I have a kung fu uniform and some very sturdy boots that will basically create the ensemble, not of a Jedi, but of what a Jedi is supposed to represent, a wizard. So that I can explore the natural world in a way that is comfortable and fitting of the kind of individual that I happen to be. Now, the thing about it is, if they have man boobs, they aren't legit. If they physically do not look the part, they are not doing the work. It's not to say that it's all about image, but certainly image should play a role in their whole shtick. This is not a game that I'm playing. Although life is in fact a game, we should be enthusiastic and celebratory about our role in this game. But it's not a game in the sense that it is just trifling and inconsequential. We all have a role to play. What kind of role do you want to play in this game? Do you want to be a passive observer, a passenger in this game? Or do you want to be a main character? I think we all believe that there is some truth to what I'm saying. You have the choice to be a main character, or you have a choice to be an NPC. Which do you want to be in life? I've made my choice. I am making it on a daily basis. There will be criticisms, of course. Am I well adjusted to a profoundly sick society? No. No, I'm not. But that being said, I think I'm better adjusted to reality for having done so. For having failed to adjust to this profoundly sick society, I have become something else, something more. And while I may, again, get criticism for my choices, we only live once, folks. We only get to have this life but one time. Do you want to be stuck in your 9-to-5 job your whole life, or do you want to be a Jedi and fight the evil power, the evil empire? We're living in those times. Ironically enough, that is exactly the times we're living in. You have a choice to continue being a rat in a maze or be something more. It's your choice. Moment to moment, we are making these choices. What do you want to be in this game? I choose to be a wizard because that's what I've always been. What have you always been, but too afraid to actually act upon it? I'm going to use this for meditation. I don't give a damn what anybody thinks about what I'm doing with my time and money and things like that, because it doesn't matter. It's inconsequential to my journey. My journey will inevitably be something else entirely, and I plan on making it quite the show. But for other people, they'll be used as a pawn in someone else's game, just like everybody else. You can make your own story. This is an RPG, an MMORPG, just like any other. Yet, because we believe it's real, because we believe that there is no game over and restart, we're too afraid to do anything outside of the box. And that's just sad, really. It's the fear that really puts an end to our lives before we ever even begin to live. Indeed, we have the potential for so much more, but we choose to accept whatever conditions are put upon us by some arbitrary society that has been created, engineered by dark wizards, the Sith, if you will. I'm here as a gray wizard, a gray Jedi, to tell you that there is a way beyond the religions and beyond the law and order, the justice and peace. Evolution is violent. Peace is stagnant. Ultimately, it comes down to there is only one life, and all of our lives are being drained away, working, toiling for some other person, some other amalgamation, some corporation. Do we really want to be slaves? Because that's what we're being, for ourselves, for our children. And we teach them to be slaves as well. Not anymore. Not for me, anyway. I hope that my life will act as an inspiration for my children to believe in themselves, that there's something more to life than this, that there is a magic, there is a whimsy, something to aspire to, that there are miracles, that science isn't the end, it's just the beginning. Love and appreciation, we are oneself. Peace.